Hey, how's it going, guys? It's me, Flat Earth Sage, over here at the mini farm, and it's a work in progress so far. Only got these 2 beds so far, but that's okay. I have about half an acre that I can grow on, um, and I just realized I don't think I really did a video yet on the progress over on the micro farm. So um, let me just show you guys what we got going on. Right here we got raised bed, obviously. And we got this little plastic plastic netting. Works pretty well. Um, and the wood was actually pretty cheap. It was only around like 20 bucks for the cost of the wood. And right here we have saguaro cactus spines using as a little support right here. Another one over there, and tomato trellis, and then 2 tomato trellis stakes over there. And let me go ahead and get in close and show you guys what I got growing in here. All right, let's get close. Right here we got the beans. These tall plants right here, all those are beans that we got growing up. They're doing pretty good. And right here, these, some people might already know what these are, but this is Swiss chard we got growing here. And then one right there, and then this is all the lettuce we got. We completely disregarded spacing for the lettuce over here. We're just basically just letting the lettuce do this thing. Whatever seedlings are too weak, obviously will get strangled out and die. But it'll get filled in with all this nice, beautiful lettuce here. And go over here. These things, these are kale we got growing here. Oh. Yeah, sometimes in the beginning when your seedlings are growing up with certain plants, they might need a little bit of support, a little bit of propping up. So on a couple of those, that's what I got going on a little bit. But they're all good. As you can see, they're all nice and healthy, growing up nicely. Here, we got some seedlings growing up. My buddy actually planted these ones. I'm not even sure which ones these are, and he doesn't even remember which ones they are. So, you know, that will be a nice little surprise coming up. And then over here, we got celery that definitely needs to be thinned out. And it's definitely important to thin things like the celery, the beans, and the kale. Lettuce, lettuce is pretty good. They can grow pretty close together. So as far as spacing goes with the lettuce, you don't really have to worry about that. But the celery, because these are going to grow up nice and big, you definitely need to worry about thinning those. And we'll probably be thinning these in probably a few days from now, 2 or 3 days. And then what we're going to be doing next is, after we've thinned everything out, we're going to try to fill it in with maybe some more lettuces. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll find something to fill in all this empty space, because you don't want to have too much empty space in your raised bed. you know, like like this right here, if I decided to just plant all these and nothing else, this would work. But because I'm growing for market and stuff like that, obviously I got to fill in and work with as much as this raised bed as possible, and get all this filled out with nice lush greenery. Maybe some reds, greens, and I don't know, maybe whatever else we can figure out, we can find. But that's what we got going on there. And I think it's doing pretty good so far, you know. I come by and I water this with the hose about every other day. And you're going to want to do, I know it's a lot colder, cooler temperatures out. But I'm in Arizona, obviously, so it's a little bit warmer here, first off. And second off, even if it wasn't, you still want to make sure your bed's adequately moist. So yeah, because when the seedlings are first coming up, they're gonna need a good amount of water, and you know, they're gonna be really prone to drying out. So you want to make sure that bed is, if you live in a colder climate, you want to make sure that bed is like, you know, it doesn't have to be like damp all the time, but you want it at least adequately moist, just enough so that the plant seedlings don't dry out. So got that. And then coming on over here, this clusterfuck over here, this right here is a Carolina Reaper. As you can tell, it had a pretty rough start, but it's slowly starting to produce its leaves again. And this is the passion vine. It took a little bit of damage when I removed the shade cloth off. I checked the UV index, and it was considerably low. So I thought, okay, well, I can take off the shade cloth and it should be fine. Obviously, that was a bit of a shock, too much of a shock for it. So we got that. I did have watermelon growing in here, but that came quite the mess. This is what I call my chaos raised bed. I'm gonna find a way to maybe try to straighten up the passion vine a little bit. It's a little out of control. This right here is actually called a Chiltepean pepper, and as you can see, I just got it trellised up. This is actually the only native pepper plant to the U.S. And it produces these little well, right now it's like semi-ripened, but once it's fully ripened, it'll be black. It'll kind of look like a peppercorn. But trust me when I say, guys, that even though they're small, they pack quite a punch. This is actually what's known as a landrace pepper, and it's a pepper species that has been around for thousands of years. And it's thought to be for lack of a better term, like the mother of all the modern peppers we have nowadays. Through selective breeding and all that stuff, we were able to create different kind of peppers from this pepper plant. So yeah, this one is doing pretty good. I like it. I like the flavor of the peppers. The only thing I'm not crazy about this plant is that this plant it likes to sprawl. It has a lot of wiry, spindly kind of stems to it. And if you let it go to its own devices, it can be quite the pain in the ass to manage. But if you're smart like me and get it up on a trellis with some support, obviously you don't have to worry about that. And looks a lot better, because it was like completely sprawled all over here on the ground, and whenever I tried to water it, like I'd splash soil on it, and now that's not an issue. But yeah, so we got that going on there. And I didn't get any passion fruit from this. I'm thinking maybe next year I will, after I can, like, get control of this monster here. And also, we have this right here. This is a Malabar not a Malabar spinach. Sorry, Egyptian spinach. Now, when I got it, I had no idea that this thing grows so incredibly tall. And I had the shade cloth over top of this bed. So because of that, it's like gotten all like crazy looking. The leaves are pretty. The leaves, they're pretty good. They taste exactly like spinach. Although the leaves aren't looking too great right now. Let's see if I can get one. Looks somewhat decent. Yeah, it tastes good. And also, they produce these pods. Show you guys a little bit. They produce these little pods right here, and usually they're a bit bigger than this. Kind of a small boy. But these things are usually, from what I understand, in Egypt, thrown into a stew or a soup of some kind. Or you can eat them raw. And they taste very good. Tastes kind of like a little bit of a sweeter cucumber. And yeah, I like scrounging around searching for these things, because these things are good. But I don't think we have any more right now. I've been picking and eating them, going to town on them, so I don't know if there's any right now, but any more. But yeah, after I get this straightened out, we'll be able to plant some more stuff in here. I'm thinking we could probably plant some herbs probably around here. It's probably what I'm going to do next. I think that'll give this raised bed a nice pop after I've straightened up the passion vine. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on right now, guys. If you live in a warmer climate, like Arizona, something with multiple growing seasons, I highly encourage y'all to go ahead while you still have a chance. Go ahead and grow lettuce, grow celery, grow beans and kale. Just grow something. Because that's one of the benefits to living in a place with extended growing seasons or multiple growing seasons, is that you have that opportunity. So yeah. So I'll probably I'm gonna keep taking care of this, thin out these seedlings, succession sow some more plants in here possibly, and I'll keep y'all posted on the future progress. So anyways, guys, peace.